Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Week 3 Summer Prize Arena. My name is Joe, and I'm the commissioner of the Chess League. And we have a minute before this arena starts, so if you'd like to join !arena in the chat, looks like we already have 80 plus players joining, which is really good. We've got a bunch of schools competing. I think McGill University is joining for the first time. I see a lot of 2,000 plus players, which is always great. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this is going to go down. We are keeping track of all the scores for all the schools. The top 5 clubs of every week will get a chess.com membership, as well as the top 10 schools throughout the entire summer getting free Collegiate Chess League t-shirts, as well as some additional memberships. So lots on the line here. And I do want to remind you all to definitely register for our summer season, which is starting next week. So definitely check that out, !summer in the chat. But it looks like we have some games now underway, so let's check that out. All right, so here we go. We've got Flaming Coriander versus Tasker Bliss. Tasker is from Canada, McGill University, and Flaming Coriander is not repping a school, but is repping the CCL. They might be from Clark College. Clark? I don't know. I looked up their account to see if I could add someone, but I don't think that their school could be added, unfortunately. But looks like Chaco Addicti from UI Chicago gets an early win there. Maybe an AFK opponent, but Norix also gets a point. Santa Fe College on the board. A quick win from Null.Void. Let me see if I've got any other games going on. We've got two 2200s going at it. This is Stunning Frame from Arizona State playing against J Game from McGill. So this is a big game. I think Stunning Frame might be playing from their phone. I think they had an issue last time they tried playing. They could be in class or something. I forgot. But all right, knight gets into c5. This is a very annoying place because that's a hole in black's position. The bishop has to tuck back, underdevelop. Rook goes to the open file, hitting the b pawn. Does black want to take the knights? I don't think so, giving up the bishop pair like that. But this knight is very annoying. In fact, the only piece that could remove that knight is the bishop. So that's exactly what we see. This game's still very early on. Let me see if I can try to find some more people to watch. I think we might have some interesting matchups. Hold on. All right, we've got MJ Kimador from Cape Town playing against Loyal Beetle from Dallas. I think I added Cape Town a little late, so I apologize for that. Okay, we've got Rai Rai from University of South Florida playing GM Passed Pawn from McGill. Hold on, I'm still looking for... Okay, we've got Masharov repping his alma mater, Bangladesh. Where's our boy Mauricio? This could be his debut. We've got Cree Rules versus Lemony Head, UT Austin versus Georgia Tech. We've got Zoom from Cape Town. I wish I could see the staff badges next to their name under the games list, but I don't. I see Nazarbek from Narfu, a classic. Here we go. Master M playing against Syringe from UMass. So we got a couple UMass. Well, Mauricio's not from UMass, but he is from Massachusetts. But he's playing under the CCL. He's a neutral party. Yeah, it looks like, oh my God, they're exactly the same rating, 1164 versus 1164. But unfortunately for Mauricio, he appears to be down a bishop. So that's not good for our boy. We've got UMass in the chat. Let's see the standings. We got 4 clubs tied at 4, but no, University of South Florida taking the lead with 6 points there. South Florida needs to update their club page picture. Okay, so we've got to check. The king's gonna move. Otherwise, you're gonna lose this. It's not ideal. No, the bishop comes back, so that allows the rook to survive. Rook here is a strong idea. You could win some material back. Come on, Mauricio. Nope, he doesn't quite do it. And now black has an opportunity to neutralize this rook. So he trades. Yeah, rook g5 there would have been nice to get some activity and some material. All right, a pawn push. Probably take with the bishop to keep these pawns connected. Bishop attacking here. This bishop's attacking here. Bishop drops back. You can give a check. No, he trades down. Not ideal. This pawn's a gunner. This rook needs to get on a better file. There's one check. All right, maybe we leave Mauricio's game. Check back in. All right, let's go back to the top board. Stunning Frame versus J Game. So they trade queens. Looks like we have opposite colored bishops. Very exciting for sure. There was a move here that the computer liked better. Rook takes c2. Wow. Rook takes c2. That was a missed opportunity from J Game. Okay. So yeah, this is likely going to end as a draw. All right, let's check back in with Flaming Coriander versus Tasker. They're still in the middle game here. This knight needs to be recaptured, but how? It looks like white's going to be able to take with a tempo. Oh, but the bishop and the rook were connecting on f2. So white interposes with e3. And now taking on d5 is a big threat. So black's going to have to defend the bishop. The computer is calling for rook takes f2. That is brutal. That's a brutal move. Is Flaming going to find it? 2200 with a minute on the clock. That is a nice sacrifice. Rook sack, if king takes, queen takes, and you're going to win the bishop. He finds it. If queen takes, bishop takes, wins the queen. So we have a rook sacrifice against Tasker Bliss. This could be all over from here. This comes with a huge tempo against the queen. Blocking with a rook, but now you can take d2 and take here. That's just free. That's free. That's the game. Flaming Coriander, nice tactics. Opening up the f-file, taking advantage of the defensive move e3 because it didn't work. So that's a win for the Collegiate Chess League account. Okay, Flaming now is playing in Zoom, one of our ambassadors from Cape Town, South Africa. Let's check back in with this game. Ooh, J Game. What happened in this? This was opposite colored bishops. So somehow winning the exchange. Yeah, look at this. Sacking here, but the rooks just got way too powerful on the 7th. Black is trying to push this pawn home, but the king is taking some steps to block. And luckily, this pawn is blocking the bishop. Otherwise, that would be devastating. And this is in check because the pawn is blocking this. So white can threaten checkmate anytime they'd like. Pick up this pawn. They also have this pass to a pawn. As soon as the rook leaves the file, the king can take on d2. Don't even have to, really. Yeah, stunning frame, not looking good here. Takes the pawn, gives up the d pawn. Rook gets behind the a pawn. The threat is to take because this rook would be hanging. So the rook steps over, threatening mate. King here attacking the rook, guarding the mating square. Attacking the bishop now, threatening mate that way. Rook steps up. The threat is to pin the bishop and win the bishop. The rook can always come here, but the trade would not be good for black. And now we can take this with check as well. Probably pinning is better. Now there's no rook to e5. Maybe you have to go back. Nope, grabbing here. But there goes your bishop now. This is over. All right, let me try to find another game. We got Partho repping Binghamton, playing against Montreal, another one of our Canadian schools. You love to see it. Yeah, Partho looks to be up material, which is good. Up in exchange. Let's check in with oh man, I just missed a game. Here we've got Mana versus Wowie. Wowie from Santa Fe. And that's checkmate. So Wowie gets some points on the board for Santa Fe. So that's good. Okay, here we go. Cute Cat repping UMass, taking on Shriram from UT Dallas. So let's see. Cute Cat is up 2 pawns and is advancing in the center. Declining the trade, pushing on, but now the knight can come in. Also, bishop here seems pretty annoying. And then push the pawn. Or then knight here. I mean, this is just great. This is great. Yeah, either push or play knight here. Knight in first. Probably d6 was a bit more aggressive. Knight takes here. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, probably d6 was a missed opportunity from Cute Cat. Because now the knight is able to take on d5, and this also blocks this diagonal. So there's still some hope for Shriram. But the position's still good for white. QCat still up material, still in the driver's seat. But gonna have to figure out a way to break apart these knights to open up this diagonal. Easier said than done. Perhaps get the rooks involved. QCat might be in the chat. Oh, we've got Brigham versus Moshrov. So Brigham is a streamer. I don't know if he's streaming this, but he is representing UC Berkeley. He's playing up against the club leader from Carbondale, who's repping his alma mater in Bangladesh. So let's see. They've traded queens off. This is a pretty even position. White has a little bit more space in the center, but there's a lot of attention on f5. The rooks for neither side are in play. Probably Brigham's going to bring the rook to the open file. Both players with a lot of time left on their clock, by the way. Let's see how Partho's doing. Partho looks like they just won. All right, so that's good. Good job, Partho. Let's check in back with Zoom. And it looks like Flaming Coriander is doing quite well. It is a big rating difference, so that makes sense. Yeah, maybe we keep an eye on Brigham's game. Ooh, okay, so hold on. We have a knight trade and a passed pawn now. And looks like this pawn is going to be tracked down, maybe? But actually, no. It pushes to a dark square where neither the knight or the bishop are attacking it anymore. And this clears the way for bishop to h7. So Brigham's going to push this pawn home. Bishop to f7, a nice defensive move from Moshrov. He's going to sacrifice the exchange, and he's going to hold this pawn at bay for the time being. So let's see how Brigham wants to convert. Looks like he's bringing in the knight. The pawn does a good job of boxing the knight out. So the knight goes to the edge of the board, where it's canceled out by Black's knight. And this king maybe is going to come and try to scoop up this pawn. So up in exchange for Brigham, a good start, but Moshrov is putting up a defense. Moshrov also a streamer. This is a battle between two streamers right now. The question is, are either of them live? I don't think so. But yeah, maybe one day we'll catch him streaming. All right. The king is also trying to step up. Bishop taking up these squares. The knight maybe wanted to try to come up and defend. So now it's kind of at a standstill. So we have some pawn pushes on the other side of the board. Computer liked a5 there. The king, yeah. Might have to come back around. All right, so now as there's a zugzwang, looks like the king can come to g8. Now there's no progress. You can't make any pawn breaks anymore. So how to get this knight in, I guess. Maybe the knight wants to get to h5. Easier said than done. Ooh, okay, rook over. Attacking the knight. Probably you can bring the king back. This does drop the pawn, but the knight was hanging. So, okay, here, take. And now the rook can infiltrate. So this was not the best. Okay, here, block, but now the king can come up, I guess. But you do lose this pawn. So going over for these pawns makes sense. Computer really liked king f5 there. Okay. Yeah, Brigham wins by resignation. So Mashrov's leaving the game early to get some more opponents. All right. Yeah, there's so many games to look at. We've got Super GM Carter playing. Always got to look at that. Ooh, Flaming Coriander, very low on time. 2 seconds. 1 second. There's increment. Looks like they're winning, but they're going to flag. Oh, my God. 2 seconds. 1 second. Oh, my God. At 2.0. What was that? They just that looked like some lag or something. That was crazy. So Zwoom gets a huge upset win for Cape Town. Wow. Okay. And now Flaming Coriander against J Game. Didn't we see? Is this a rematch? Tough pairings for these guys. But it'd be tough pairings for anyone really. These are some of the best players in the tournament. All right, we've got a battle between two ambassador staff members, Cute Cat versus Mosharov. We've been watching a lot of Mosharov's games, as well as Cute Cat. I mean, these are guys that I know, so of course I'm gonna watch their games, right? Oh my goodness, we have Dragon Boy versus Dragon Rage, the battle between two dragons, and looks like. Is this an Alpin? I don't know. This was a Smith Mora Gambit declined. Very fun. I was hoping they'd play a dragon. Actually, I don't know the dragon theory. Maybe it could still happen. I don't know. But okay. Yeah, Creed Rolls is playing a 2300 from Illinois. Mingy Luther Queen. And it looks like they're going to be doing fine. Ah, yes. Wait, what? What was the move? What did it want after this? No, they're just promoting and winning. All right. Okay, here we go. Mauricio. Uh-oh. Wait. Oh, yeah, Mauricio's down a queen. Oh, no, Mauricio. Mauricio, how'd you let this happen? All right, Mauricio giving some points to Shippensburg, it seems. All right, who's the next? RC Buet playing for Buet, the Bangladesh team, playing against Montreal. So a couple of international teams. Here's a close match. Chaco Addicti playing against Manik Hussein. Okay, so looks like black can win a pawn here. Oh, multiple pawns? Yeah, that was tough. Putting the knight on f3, allowing the bishop to take, and now bishop can take on b2 with tempo. No, brings the rook in, attacking the pawn, but now what? Probably, yeah, bishop here is nice, attacking the rook, defending the pawn. Solid move here. Both players under a minute, by the way. So trading off here, king comes in, preventing rook d2. Rook's trying to get to c2, but the king is harassing that rook, taking away the second rank. So rook steps up. Pawn's now attacking. There's a check. The king can get some significant space in the center, but you do have to watch out for the rook getting behind your pawns. So here, this rook needs to get active somehow. This is a tough spot to be. Yeah, it's secting this. Your pawn over here is under attack, but okay. F4. Now the rook has opened up its eyes and can maybe even attack here. But all right, here the king can get checked this way. The king's stepping up here. maybe looking to attack the F pawn. So I'm not a big fan of the king movement here, but low time for both sides. It's going to be tough for them to make accurate moves at this point. So yeah, there's a check, and now that F pawn is going to drop. Probably king c4. Yeah, king takes f4. Rook gets behind the pawns. Pawn's pushing. Yep, attacking the g pawn, but the g pawn can push as well. So progress being made for black for sure. And that f pawn's gonna run. So yeah, the last few moves for white, moving the king around, has not been helpful. Okay. King stepping up, maybe trying to push the a pawn, but I think black can just continue with their plan. f4, f3. There they go. All right. There goes a5. There's another pawn push. King stepping back now, but maybe a little too far. Let's check out these standings. What's going on over there? We have BITS from India with a significant lead at 52. Collegiate Chess League in second with 37. Witwatersrand from South Africa at 35. UMass Amherst at 30. Bangladesh at 22 and Cape Town at 21. 1 point ahead of South Florida. I keep thinking San Francisco. Okay, the pawn made it to a7 somehow. And there's a sacrifice. And now the rook can come over and win the g pawn. Oh my goodness. The rook's going for the wrong pawns. King over. Oh my goodness. And now this guy's going to promote. Oh, it's just a draw now. That's crazy. Yeah, Chaco Addicti, I thought was going to lose this. And then they were winning. Maybe mutual time pressure, but yeah, needed to go for the G rook first because you take that. That was the foremost promoting pawn and the pawn closest to the king. But going for the other rooks, the pawns instead. But hey, a draw is still a good result. All right, Moshrov versus, I believe this is Aryan, the UMass club leader. What's going on over here? We've got two minor pieces versus a rook, but a ton of pawns. Look at these menacing pawns over here. So typically the two minor pieces are better than a rook, but the problem here is that the rook has all of these pawns with it, but black is going to get one of them back. I was expecting rook d1 to take away the d4 square from the knight, but the knight comes there with check, attacking this. The problem is, if knight takes, there's rook takes. Oh my goodness. So, Moshrov has some tactics here. If black gets greedy, if bishop takes, knight takes. So we see the knight instead deciding to attack the rook. So now the rook steps up, attacking the knight. But the knight is defended, so no real threats there. Cute cat getting low on time. Yeah, I'm going to have to try to find... Okay, Collegiate Chess League is this guy, Nurix, with 21 points, 6 out of 6. So no one's been able to beat them yet. That's a majority of their... Actually, it's not a majority of their points. They still have over 20 plus points from somewhere else. All right, how many schools are competing in this tournament? We're up to 25. Not bad. 25, but we probably have some people under the CCL that don't have their school represented, so we'll try to figure that out. All right, the king is stepping up. This is actually a huge threat for white. This is a fork. So basically, you're threatening to win the bishop, and if the bishop moves, you win the knight. And even if you don't take the bishop, you could take the knight, 2 minor pieces for the rook, and white's up all the pawns. So we see resignation there. So Masharov getting some points. All right, let's find another game. We see this game looks like Flaming Coriander's winning. Opposite color bishops, but some outside connected pass pawns for white. Definitely an advantage. Here going after the H pawn. A very strong move. Very hard to defend this. If you push it, white's just going to take. Wow. So trying to attack the rook, but you're going to take with check and a big check. In fact, you can maybe even give up the bishop. But probably computer does like bishop g5, by the way, because you're getting into f6. The only thing I would be concerned about, yeah, is bishop takes here, and then, oh, your queen guards the check. Okay. So yeah, bishop g5 was a missed opportunity, and now black can bring the queen in and does so with d4, attacking this rook yet again. Wow. So bishop to g5, a completely crushing blow, sacrificing the rook. Instead, now we see a queen trade offered, which would be good for black because that king was otherwise getting checkmated. And now, setting up a blockade on the light squares. There's one check. Uh-oh, g5 check. Oh my goodness, this is over. That's mate. That's a forced mate. The king had to step up to h5, but then king g3 was going to threaten h4. I don't know. What am I saying? I'm getting my coordinates wrong. But yeah, that would have been a mate either way, I think. So yeah, tough. Tough to let that bishop get in there. Okay, so we have a new game. Looks like an Italian. Joko Piano here. Flaming versus Cute Cat. We've been watching Flaming a ton. Okay. See, Waterloo's got some top scores. Let's find another matchup here. Got another Brigham game versus Dom from UMass. 1 second for Dom. Oh my goodness, he just blunders the rook. Was that a mouse slip? Oh man, Brigham gets his opponent in the time pressure and takes full advantage of it. So points for Berkeley there. That was a tough mouse slip. Okay, we haven't looked at here yet, but this is one of the leaders from South Africa, Witwatersrand. No idea if I'm saying that right. They're low on time, playing against another UMass player. Let's see. We haven't looked at these players. Malasibia from Witwatersrand versus Bishafma from Binghamton. Looks like this king is very exposed for black. So how is white going to crush? You can give a check. You can take this pawn with check. That's a very nice pawn chain for white now. The rook has opened up. This, ooh, doesn't quite want... The rooks are normally connected here, folks. So pawn push is an idea to get this rook involved. And that's exactly what we see. It's a pawn sacrifice. It also is trying to win the queen, but the queen can get out of this attack and this attack. But this king is cut off by the knight. It's going to be cut off by the rook. If the king goes here, I mean, that's just... Probably you want to block here, but then you're going to lose a bishop. As well as knight discoveries. Don't forget about that. So, all right. The knight can fork the rooks. I mean, white's got every tactic. This is probably the cleanest way. You're just getting in like that and taking more material. The knight goes here instead, and the computer hates that move. All thanks to the move rook a to b8. So let's see. Yeah, knight c7. Knight to c7 there. Knight c7, there's still rook b8 though, right? Then it wants you to save the rook. I don't know. Kind of interesting how this move just wow, okay. So now this is forced mate. You go from completely winning to drawn to winning even more. And we'll see if B Shafma can close this one out. It's a forced mate in 9 with the best move A4. What a wild move. It also loves knight B7. That's mate in 11. Knight B7 could make some sense for sure, but all right, what was the plan? Moving the knight to attack the bishop, but now the bishop is moved to b5, which makes sense. Knight check, so this is the forced mate in the 11 line. The king has to go to a4, only move. And now, oh my god, rook f3 is the follow-up. That's wild. That is wild. You're trying to play queen to c2. Oh my goodness. That like doesn't even look that good. Queen here. Don't know what that does. But it's still plus 12 for white. Computer wants a rook sack on d8, but probably not going to do that. Here, oh, queen d1. Oh, there's a check. That allows for king back to a5 or the rook sack. All right, now you need the knight back to b7. You need knight b7 to find queen d1. No, you've doubled here. Now it's favors black with queen e3 check. You have to go back to f2. And that wins the knight. Oh my gosh. The knight needed to be on b7. Wow. What a fork. And B Shafma is under a minute now. King goes to f1. You could give this check, but there'd be a rook sack. I mean, okay. Taking the knight, clear as day. Oh my goodness, what a swing in this game. Malasibia survives to tell the tale in time pressure. And only now, B Shafma finds queen d1, but the king is no longer on a4 because the knight left b7. Oh my goodness. And there's your check, winning the exchange. So, yeah, tough loss there for Binghamton. Unable to convert. All right, we've got 20 minutes left in the arena. Let's see. We've got Lemony Head from Georgia Tech playing against your girl's favorite from Witwatersrand. We've got rook and pawn in game. It looks like it's probably even. I mean, these pawns might make a passer, but the rook can come here and does so. And that's forking the pawn and the rook. So very interesting. If you take this, pawn takes with check, creating a connected pass pawn. Pretty valuable. So the rook declines, says go ahead, take me. But instead, white wants to go after the pass pawn, saying this pawn's not going anywhere. Let me make sure you don't make a pass pawn over here. So pawn push. If you take, black's going to push here. I believe that. Check. King steps up. Check again. Put the king back. Probably you're going to have to take this. Actually, holy smokes. If you take and pawn push, I don't think you can stop that. So just giving the perpetual there for a draw. Let's check in with our guy Cute Cat. Wow, Cute Cat is taking it to Flaming right now. Oh my goodness. This is a huge upset. Cute Cat is up 5 points of material. White's threatening checkmate. So there's only two moves that can defend that properly. That's knight e5 or queen to f4. But Cute Cat's got a ton of time on the clock. What a wild game. What the heck happened here? Why is Flaming at 20 seconds? We have an Italian, a Joko piano, trade of rooks, and right here, this wins a piece for Flaming, but gets his piece pinned, defended. Oh, but gives the piece back? No, sacks a rook. Oh my gosh. Wait. Not taking with the queen, taking with the bishop. There goes this bishop with check. So what's going on? Up an exchange for Cute Cat, but a weak king, but no time for Flaming. But Cute Cat not making any moves, deciding how to block. Blocking with the queen, trying to get a queen trade. Less than 10 seconds. Trade the queen off. Rook takes, keeping your pawns intact and attacking the bishop. Bishop back to d5. No, to g4. But surely Cute Cat can convert this. Right? Better pawn structure. Better pieces. Queens are off the board now. Knight attacking the bishop and the pawn. Bishop's coming after this guy. But probably you should just save this. Then probably there's pawn push. Yeah. Oh. Knight's coming in attacking the rook. Don't you want to trade? I don't know. No, rook attacks the knight. Computer like knight g7. That was interesting. 4 seconds. Grabbing the pawn. There's a check. King steps up with tempo. Attacking the knight twice. There goes the pawn. Flaming is not going down without a fight. King here, that's called a fork. Ah, but the bishop can attack the knight. But trading down is probably good. King takes, bishop takes, rook takes pawn. Knight's going after the g pawn. Bishop e4 is really strong. Wow, that saves the pawn actually, because you're threatening this with windmill action. Bishop goes here, that's really passive. But trying to trap the rook, I guess? I don't know. The bishop's defending that though, so. Now bishop e4, it's a little late, but this still, you get the windmill action. That was a check. King steps up, so there's no windmill. Rook takes with check. King steps up, attacking the bishop. Bishop's got to move. Bishop d5 is a fork. There you have it, forcing material off the board. King takes. Knight's checking. Ooh. Rook here, I think, was potentially strong, but you can sack. Wait, can you? Probably. Does so. Pawn's pushing. See, I would have gone with the A pawn, but, you know, sack the queen. Or maybe even promote. Queen here is really solid. All right. Wow. Huge upset win for Cute Cat, taking down Flaming, over 2,000 rated player. Now they're playing another UMass player at 1930. All right, let's check in with Carter. Carter's low on time. Both players very low on time. Absolute mad scramble right now. King steps aside. There goes the knight. There goes a pawn, but now rook takes. Oh my god. Why wouldn't you take with check? You're winning the queen. Super Carter GM getting let off the hook, but wait, there's rook takes pawn again. No time, they're just grabbing pawns. That's a huge check that wins the rook. White's pushing pawns, but missed their opportunity. So Carter should be able to convert this now. Another check. Rook takes b2 with check. Queen check. The king's on the run, but this is going to be a ladder mate. You have to sack the queen. 1 second, it's over. Resigns with 0.1 on the clock. So Carter getting let off the hook there. Their opponent missing. Rook takes on h3 with check, with a mating pattern. Although White could have sacked the queen, but obviously that's winning. All right, we haven't looked at Nate Dogg yet. Nate Dogg, our intern from Shippensburg, playing against Witwatersrand right here. So we trade off. This is looking great for Nate. Ooh, rook takes. Windmill action. Here and now what? There goes the knight. Resigns. Nate getting some points for Shippensburg. You love to see it. We got 14 minutes left. Here we got Zirkian from Chicago taking on H. Koch from Georgia Tech. So how's this one looking? Pass pawn for White. There goes a pawn. So strong pawn center, but Black's getting the active rooks, and this pawn might be a gunner as well. Yeah. So Georgia Tech fighting back. Zirkian a little low on time. All right, there goes the e-pawn with tempo on the rook. Queen's hit. Let's check on the club standings. So yeah, India is taking first, almost guaranteed. UMass in second, 78 points. Bangladesh, oh, that's a Botez gambit. Tough move from Zirkian. Yeah, what happened there, man? Oof. All right, Bangladesh in third. Witwatersrand in fourth, and South Florida in fifth. But Georgia Tech and McGill are tied, 3 points behind them. So they're trying to come back and get in the top 5 for the prizes. McGill now only 1 point behind South Florida. Yeah, Norix is still perfect, 11 out of 11. Marionette is a perfect 8 out of 8. Mangi Luther from Illinois, a perfect 6 out of 6. So, yeah, Norix has a lot more games in than everyone else. So they're winning, and they're winning quickly. A couple players from India, a perfect 5 out of 5. Let's find a new game to watch, shall we? We've got Bro versus Wowie. Maryland versus Santa Fe. And this looks great for White. White's crushing. Oh, but there goes a rook. Oh, and there goes a bishop. Wow, it's even again. Dude, you're up. How did this happen? Knight. Oh, I'm so confused. You're up a rook and a bishop, and in 2 moves, you've equalized. Oh. Maryland with the blunders. But the king is active at least. But Wowie's got the momentum. Both players low on time. There goes the H-pawn. It is passed. Trying to get a knight trade. Wow, he just blunders the knight. Bro takes it. The pawn is still running, but the knight is definitely in time to cover that. Oh my goodness. The blunders. The drama. Okay. We've got Choco Addicti versus Queens for Day from UMass. Oh, and they're so low on time. Knight gets into D6, a nice little outpost. Queens for Day is extra pawns and starts to push them. So what is the... They're up by 2 pawns, and they're both getting pushed right now. So... Here you go, knight c4. Oh, going for the queen trade. 1 second. Trades. Knight gets behind the pawns. This could be dangerous. Those pawns are really good. So Choco Addicti needs to attack the pawns better or flag them. But it's hard with the increment. This pawn push does not help. The A pawn is coming in to help. Bishop to C5 is what I'm playing in this position. I want the bishop on A3. Attacking the rook. Honestly, black can just play A3. Oh my god. Choco with a dirty flag. Queens for Day could not survive. Let's check on this game again. All right, yeah. So there goes all the pawns. I'm just keeping tabs over here. Cause like you never know, you know? Okay. Solid technique from bro. Low on time. Oh my god. Wowie offers a draw. Bro is pushing the pawn. That pawn is cleared. There it goes. There's going to be a queen on the board. Queen. A check. A pawn push. Resigns. All right. I was going to see if they had the technique, but how's Flaming doing? Oh my gosh. Flaming is getting beat again by another UMass player. This is a tough streak for Flaming Coriander. Okay, let's find another game. How many players? We're up to 125 players. That's the most of the summer so far, so that's great. And I tried to find Mauricio, but couldn't. There's a quick checkmate. Wow. You don't see this too often, but Nate Dogg with the castles, with the missing F-pawn, throws the OG triad back to the arena. Okay. We've got El Calvary from UT Dallas playing against the Fighting Illini. Let's check on the standings. India in first, of course. UMass in second, 20 points ahead of Bangladesh in third. McGill in fourth, 2 points ahead of Witwatersrand. And we've got Witwatersrand's in fifth. South Florida is 5 points behind them with just over 5 minutes left in the arena. So, okay, white is down in exchange, but is pushing these two connected pass pawns through. But the question is, how do you promote? Because this king's going to make it to c8. And now the rook is going to attack your b pawn. So that is not ideal. So maybe a little too many pawn pushes here. Maybe needed to leave the pawn on c6. Oh, but now if you go, maybe rook c6 here. But okay, I think white still wins the exchange though. Bishop here. And now the bishop's going for f5. Oh man. This is tough. Maybe you pin the bishop, but no, this is lost. Why is the computer not loving white more? I have to ask. Bishop takes, rook sack. Here, black's trying to make a pass pawn. f6 is really weird to me. Black can make two pass pawn. I mean, yeah, you can. Oh no. No, now it's liking white. Just bring the king up or push through. That makes sense too. Wow. Wow. All right. Maybe there was some defense, but I don't think so. It was looking really tough. Okay. 4 minutes left. Are there going to be any games ending? We've got Supernova, the new ambassador from Georgia Tech, with a pretty fair well, not fair, but pretty clean matchup. Here we got Super Carter playing against India. I don't know how to say the school's name. BITS. Palandi or something. Palani. Hyderabad. Like bits. I just say bits. There's checkmate. Wait. Oh, Super Carter lost. Rough. Okay, 3 minutes left. So yeah, I don't think anyone's catching them. Wow, they crushed with their top players. UMass in second, Bangladesh and McGill are tied for third. So yeah, one of them is gonna get a gold membership. The other's gonna get platinum. Bangladesh just took the lead there, so they're fighting for that platinum membership. McGill in fourth, and Witwatersrand in fifth. Only 1 point ahead of Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech needs to pass them for the gold membership. Can they do it? Can I find a Georgia Tech opponent? Let's see. Legendary Penguin? No, that's in Illinois. They got a couple Penguin players at Georgia Tech. I don't know. OG Triad? Here we go. No, but this game's not going to finish unless we see a quick mate, which is unlikely. Ooh, I see Bandman has joined from Dallas. I don't know if they've been here the whole time, but they're playing against Carter now. Let's see. Xanther from Santa Fe has just joined this week for Santa Fe, which is good to see. And we've got Supernova versus Choco Addicti. Like, I don't think any of these games are going to finish. We could see some draw offers. Here's a game that might finish. 1 minute to 30 seconds. 2 queens on the board. So this is looking good for South Florida. Oh, South Florida actually could leapfrog. They're only 2 points behind Witwatersrand. How many points did that just give them? That put them in 5th place over Witwatersrand and Georgia Tech. That was a huge game from Jack versus Zerkian. Oh my God, it's so close for this 5th spot. There's 3 teams within 2 points. 40 seconds left in the arena. Let's see. We haven't looked at either of these players yet, but they're not from teams that are in the spot. Here's Witwatersrand. I don't think they can close this out, though. Like, Narfu player just has to hold out the clock and not move. Or blunder mate, which I don't see mate in 1, so they give a check. Very reasonable. Bishop here. No, this game's not going to finish. That's not mate in 1, but it's mate in 2, but it didn't matter. Wow. Okay, so the club standing. Congratulations to Bits Hyderabad for first place with a crazy 162 points between 4 players. Their top board, Ijan Chess, with a score of 8 out of 10. With their second place, Priyancho, perfect 6 out of 6. Then they had K1278 with 6.5 out of 7. And Shaman Jinga with 7.5 out of 10. Wow. So all of them had at least 20 points. Oh, you know what? You know what it is? I didn't put the scorers at 4 for this tournament, I think is the problem. I'm going to have to retally the points, I think. All the points are counted today, Masharov. Yeah. I think we'll still give out the prizes for the top 5 because it's just. Yeah, but for the total weekly, you know what? Maybe I'll just recalculate everything. Ugh. Yeah, I made the arena a different way today using a command instead of inviting each club individually because it saves me a lot of time. But holy smokes. Yeah, I mean, okay, it makes sense to recalculate for the cumulative standings because that just wouldn't be fair. But for this week individually, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna recalculate everything and then go from there. Maybe we'll give out extra memberships this week to the top 5 for both standings. But yeah, for the cumulative points for those standings, obviously I'm not going to count everything because that just wouldn't be fair. So I'm going to have to do some calculation. But thank you everyone for playing. Really appreciate that. Yeah, definitely be sure to check out the summer season for Bullet and Bughouse. ! Summer. Definitely reach out to your clubs, have them register. I think last year we had 150 people join for the Bullet, so we'll see if we can get some more than that. It'll be close. But yeah, we had the most players join this week for this tournament, which is very exciting. So appreciate everyone for coming out. Hopefully next week we'll get more schools and more players. And yeah, I've got my work cut out for me for calculating these scores. All right. Thank you, everyone. We're going to send you off on a raid, so stick around for that. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Take care.